Hi there, my name is Monarch, and I'm recording this on my phone because I'm in college and can't be to, do the way I usually record things. So I guess this is going to be a lot like that one video that I hate. What about the cycle? I don't even know why I keep leaving it up, but it's up there. You can still go watch the worst video I've ever made. And I made a video where I played Furry Hitler. So, yeah, this video, as you can obviously tell, is about the greatest game ever made, ULTRAKILL. It's genuinely the best video game I've ever played. If you enjoy FPS games, you're going to love this one. If you enjoy actually any kind of high-octane FPS, not even FPS. If you enjoy video games at a higher level than the Sims, you're going to love this game. Unfortunately, this game also has this one tiny thing that is absolutely fucking terrible. It doesn't ruin the game because I can ignore it, but it ruins how other people play the game. Specifically, people who are dog shit at the game. And that thing is difficulty setting. I don't know how to put this, but the game currently only has 4 difficulties out: harmless, lenient, standard, violent. And any difficulty below standard takes out one of the most core mechanics of the game, which is called hard damage. Hard damage prevents you from healing up to a certain point if you've taken damage. This stops you from just playing like shit and walking up to the enemies and endlessly shotgun swapping in their faces, thereby allowing you to heal the entire game without actually having to play skillfully. That's why I hate difficulty, because in this game, at the very least, having other difficulties not only doesn't care if you play like shit, and very unlike ULTRAKILL, removes the reward that you actually get from playing well. Because it does do that. There's the whole entire style meter, which is dedicated to that. Every time you hit a Rico shot or a parry or you fucking Maurice something, I don't know. It's very good at visually telling you that you played well, right? So in a game where it immediately will always give you positive feedback when you play well, it's really odd to see this specific implementation of a mechanic that actively rewards you for playing like shit. Removing hard damage in this way allows you to play in such a way that literally makes the game experience for you worse, because you're not having as much fun as you could be in ULTRAKILL if you're, playing the game correctly. And I mean, obviously that's subjective. Fun is subjective, but I don't have a script or anything like this. Okay, I did for the Frontier video, I don't for this one. I'm just kind of babbling on. I don't even know if I'm gonna post this, but here we are. So if you're listening to this in the future, congrats. I guess this video exists. Anyway, as I was saying, playing on any difficulty that isn't violent also removes another core mechanic, which is enraged, by the way. At least I'm pretty sure for 90% of enemies. I think Prostate Gabriel still gets enraged, and I do believe Cerberus get enraged, but I don't fucking know, because I'm not a plebe who plays on standard anymore. Although I did play standard for my initial completion. Well, completion's a strong word considering the fact that the game's not completed, but, it's still the greatest game ever made. Still being made. ULTRAKILL is the greatest game that is still being made, but it has a major problem. That's going to be the thumbnail. Watch. Or not thumbnail, title. God, I'm fucking all over the place today. As I was saying, I see a lot of people online when they talk about ULTRAKILL and defending lenient and harmless, both of which neither have hard damage in it. They'll be like, yeah, but it's just the way I want to play, man. I imagine them as a stoner because I don't fucking know. Like, it's just my play style, but it's not a viable play style. That is why hard damage is on in every other difficulty, because there will be hurt me plenty and ultra kill must die. I can't remember what the second hardest mode is going to be. I don't even plan to play that one, because once the full game is out, I'm going to only be playing UKMD. Fucking good God, I keep losing myself today. The point is, I imagine these people as, like, stoners, is what I was saying. Like, yeah, bro, I'm not addicted. I can stop whenever I want. It's the same thing. It's the same goddamn thing. Because it's like, yeah, I can play with hard damage, but I just don't want to. Because, like, my playstyle is being super aggressive. Like, yeah, no shit, idiot. It's Ultra Kill. Everyone plays super aggressive. And I realize that this isn't the greatest video to make, since Ultra Kill's community is kind of known for not being gatekeeping. And I'm not exactly trying to be someone who gatekeeps. I just don't think difficulty should exist. Or rather, I think it's fine to scale down the difficulty, but I think the way that Hakita did it in Ultra Kill is just fundamentally flawed. Because removing a core mechanic of the game, and I don't know how else to express this, is a bad idea. It's something that every player who doesn't play on Harmless or Lenient has to think about. It is like if Hakita took out coins in Lenient mode. Like, why would you do that? Coins have so much functionality. Herb Messiah has an entire fucking set of videos that you can do with coins. They're insane, and one of the things I love most about Ultra Kill is its coins, because I'm a free thinker, obviously, because that's the most free thinker opinion you could have. No, the reason why I love Ultra Kill is because 90% of the time you can ask yourself, can I do this? And then when you attempt it, you are met with the answer. And that answer is most often yes, because the game hands you an entire set of tools, like coins, rockets, etc. And they just go like, go fucking wild, bro. And I go, okay, I will. So, I find out that I can fucking ricochet the coin with a rail cannon, because why not? Or that I can punch shotgun bullets to make them go faster. That is a real part of the game. You can punch shotgun bullets to make them go faster. I think you can also do it with the rockets. Why? I don't know, but it's fun. It's called a projectile boost, and it's actually the greatest thing ever invented, because hit stops make me release a fucking liter of fun juice in my pants every time I get that white little on my screen. I don't know how else to put it. It's like, it makes a white on my screen and I make a white in my pants. It's that good. Hit stops are great. And that's what I was talking about with the positive reinforcement of the things that you do in the game. And that's also why I hate difficulty in this game. I personally believe that hard damage absolutely needs to be in Lenient and Harmless, because it's a core mechanic of the game. It makes you think a lot more about how you should be playing the situation you're in, and how to use the tools attributed to you to play the game. I don't mean to gatekeep, okay? If you want to play on a lower difficulty, that's fine. I'm just criticizing the way that Hakita handles the lower difficulty, because there are a lot of better ways to do so, especially when Ultra Kill has so many enemies. The way that Harmless and Lenient are handled in Ultra Kill are not making enemies have less health or spawning less, which actually I think is an objectively good choice, because simply adding more enemies or more health pools to your game only artificially inflates the difficulty. It does not actually make the game harder. It just makes you kind of more of a shit game dev. That's why people love Dark Souls so much, or at least that's why I believe people like Dark Souls so much, because the game doesn't feel like the difficulty is artificial. It just feels like you are absolute dog shit at the game. Although most people can't handle that, so they say, oh, this game is dog shit. That's why I have only 3 hours in Dark Souls 3. Here's the thing. I lied. There isn't only one problem with harmless and lenient. Hard damage is, the removal of hard damage, that is incredibly stupid, and I want Hakita to fix it immediately. But I somehow doubt that he will, and people will obviously mod that back in, even if he does. But the other issue is that enemy projectiles go slower in harmless and lenient mode, which would kind of seem like a smart fix at first, but to me at least, the reason why easier difficulties are in the game are so that a player can first get a feel for the game's controls, especially if they're new to this specific genre. Like, ULTRAKILL is a boomer shooter, and specifically it's very based on movement. Like, you will die if you are not constantly holding down the control key, especially against bosses like V2 and Gabriel and Minos Prime. Specifically those ones. Maybe not V2. You don't exactly have to be moving around that much, but movement is key. Movement is key. And in a game where movement is key and you're constantly flying around at fucking incredible speeds, why would Hakita's answer to making the game easier be slowing down enemy projectiles? In games like these, I believe the very existence of easier difficulties is to prep the player for the harder difficulties. It's not to just give them a reason to finish the game and then move on. It's so that they can come back to the harder difficulties, which once beat their asses. That's why I hate hard damage. That's why I hate lenient and harmless. Because they're at their core, those two difficulties are against ULTRAKILL itself. And I love ULTRAKILL. I firmly believe that one should not criticize things without actually offering a better way to fix them. In anything, actually. I think Teddy Roosevelt said something like that. I don't know, look it up. So I'm going to propose a solution here to fixing harmless and lenient. That is not just take hard damage out. Put hard damage back in. Although, you should do that, Hakita, if you're listening for some reason. Put hard damage in. Honestly, the harmless having 200 health is fine. I think that's perfect, actually. I think that is the best way to do what easier difficulty should do. But I would actually also decrease enemy spawns. I know I was just talking about how doing that artificially increases the difficulty, but it is a much better solution than making their projectiles slower and removing hard damage, especially because parrying in the normal version of the game is such a big fucking part of the game. Like, making sure that a player can parry is really important in this game. Like, you cannot finish P-2 without it. That's a fact. You cannot beat P-2 without parrying. I know some people can, but those people are really skilled and also really fucking stubborn. Like, parrying is not even that hard. So the way that I would change harmless and lenient is A, add hard damage back in, B, make enemy attacks their same speed, C, decrease enemy spawns by a little bit, and finally D, I would increase the parry timing window slightly, which would still, fuck up people trying to learn parry, but it would also make it easier because honestly, first of all, actually, in the game, learning how to parry is so incredibly hard. I struggled for the first 50 hours with this. I literally never touched parry, the blue arm, at all. For my first 50 hours of the game. It just wasn't, important to me. And then I fought Minos Prime, and I actually still didn't parry. I knew how to parry, but I just didn't really see a point in it. And then I tried to P rank Minos Prime, and I also still beat him without parrying. And then P-2 came out. Oh boy. Yeah, that was the reason I learned how to parry. And I'm still not the greatest at it, admittedly, but I can see that it's a part of the game that you need to master. So extending parry windows, at least in the easier versions of the game, is an important part of the game. Also, having enemy attacks be the correct speed is an important part of the game. It's an important change to make to these difficulties. Otherwise, the players who are playing in Harmless and Lenient can literally never get out of Harmless and Lenient because they're too used to the attack speeds and projectile speeds. And simply changing the parry window would remedy a lot of this issue. And also, decreasing enemy spawns would increase the replayability of the game for this very reason, because then they could go back to the harder difficulties and be like, oh shit, there are more enemies to fight now, this game is harder. And then, but also like more fun, because now you have the skills to actually beat the game, which I don't consider that they do right now, even if they can beat every boss in Harmless and Lenient, because it's just not the same game to me. You're taking an incredibly fast movement shooter and you're slowing it down for these difficulties. Anyway, that was a lot of fucking rambling. I genuinely don't know if anything I just said was coherent. But my point is still that ULTRAKILL is an incredible game, and it's one of the greatest games ever. And I don't disrespect the people playing on these difficulties. I would really love to stress that if I can. Like, if you're playing on Lenient or Harmless, that's fine. I don't think you're experiencing ULTRAKILL, like, as it was intended. But I'm not gonna hate on you, because gatekeeping is fucking stupid. Anyway, if there's one thing you should take away from this video and you're not Hakita, buy ULTRAKILL. It's one of the greatest games ever. Just do it. And try just playing it on violent from the start, or at the very least standard. Do not do one of the easier modes. It's barely even ULTRAKILL. And if you are Hakita for whatever reason, do what I said, please, if you like. Also, I love you. Yeah, I mean, that was all I had to say. I don't know how to end videos. Last time I actually made an outro, I think I said my name was Monarch. So my name was Monarch, and goodbye. Thanks for listening for whatever reason.